very lucky kasi malalaman natin kung ano nga ba itong International Theater Institute, world's largest performing arts organization.
Alright, that's why we have here live in the studio Dayan, the Director General of the International Theater Institute, no other than Mr. Tobias Biancone. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
And of course, from the Earth Savers UNESCO Artist for Peace and a very famous artist here in the Philippines, no other than Ma'am Cecil Guidote Alvarez.
Love natin dito sa Bagong Pilipinas. Good morning, Miss Cecil.
Good morning.
Welcome to Bagong Pilipinas. Of course, for Sir Tobias. Sir, what is International Theater Institute? What is this all about?
We have around 100 centers all over the world, and we are working to assist UNESCO for bringing artists, the richness of art in the performing arts to life. We use it for humanistic reasons, we use it for educational reasons, and basically we would like to work for a world in peace and bridging cultures, nations, and also the religions towards peace.
Okay. Ma'am Cecil, especially here in the Philippines, we have different issues, particularly in Marawi right now, because the peace is about to be achieved. Well, it has been achieved already. So how are we able to use arts?
Our Philippine Center of the International Theater Institute, we're working especially in ASEAN and the Pacific Islands. Anyway, we are using arts for therapy and healing of trauma. As you know, with war, you have so many victims, refugees, and they're discombobulated, and you have to help them rise from the ashes and build their confidence and capacity to really be resilient and to move on.
All right. So ITI actually, Jules, was to build an organization aligned to all as UNESCO's goals, like for culture, education, and peace. So tell us more about the projects that you are doing right now.
Well, he gave his presence in Echage because the last ITI Congress was held in Segovia, and there our Philippine delegation, which was supported by NCCA through Mr. Rico Pablio, was able to arrange with the mayor of Segovia, who's a woman, Clara Loquero, to agree to a twinning with Segovia Echage, where he was just a few days ago for the Mengal Festival in order to look at the cultural workshops we are doing, which will lead to a Performing Arts Academy. This is with the support of Mayor Kiko D. And then the idea is he also was judged for the talent show of Miss Earth. And then, of course, here in Manila, he was able to view the climax or the ending of the Festival of Windows of PETA. And the important thing is here for his discussions for the 70th anniversary of ITI, where we will have a global launch of the UNESCO Peace Movement. So we were making those arrangements where we will be talking with UNIC, with DFA, and with NCCA.
Okay. Mr. Tobias, what do you think is the significance of arts as we, of course, aspire to achieve peace, not just here in the Philippines, but among all the 100 members of the UNESCO and the ITI?
I think if you look around, if you open the Manila Bulletin or the Star, every morning you have bad news, really, like corruption, or you have wars, or you have threats. And I think one of the main issues for the arts, especially for the performing arts, is to bring hope back to the people, like to bring people to back and then see that there are beautiful things in life, and if we all stand together, we can do something for making this world a better place, and that's step by step. But we need to focus on the positive. It's okay to have Halloween and the poo and everything, but that's enough. It's enough. Like this world can be really a good place, and the performing arts and the artists, they have the responsibility to really focus on that and to bring the people to support such actions.
I think one of the most vivid things for this peace thing, we already told about the healing of trauma, but we will be launching the movement through here in the Philippines, music, dance, theater, concert with artists from claimant countries of the conflicted sea. So that's the countries like China, Philippines, Brunei, Japan. So here you have building of affinity, solidarity, and it's to popularize the concept of protection of the oceans as a carbon sink, and for transmission, free transmission, and hopefully this solidarity, affinity kind of cultural diplomatic initiative can lower the tension of confrontation. We don't want wars. And hopefully this dialogue, and then we also have the support of some legislative leaders so that there is really discussion and strong policy of the use of culture for education and development, because the ITI has a social change network.
I can give you a small example. At the Congress, we had a Palestinian man and an Israeli woman playing together in a play. And this was really bringing laughter to all the people, and you could see these two persons, they live in peace. And why not the nation?
And perhaps we can have artists from North Korea and South Korea together.
Yeah, why not?
That would be great, yeah.
And that's already paving the way for a different kind of dialogue, but it touches the heart and it affirms our common humanity.
Alright, Jules, this is really a nice organization. Nakikita natin through arts, music, lahat, di ba? Nakikita natin, this is one way of bridging the gap.
That's it.
And to promote peace, di ba?
And that's why the UN is involved with us. In fact, Ambassador Teddy Locsin is very supportive of the idea, because the main goal now of the UN is its commitment to the Sustainable Development Goals.
That's right.
In fact, we are preparing a radio soap opera on DCRH, Balintataw, on the Sustainable Development Goals, because UNESCO wants communications to the masses.
That's right.
In our language and in conditions that relate to them, and they can understand their role and what are their rights.
But it's really important to bridge the gap, so like what you said, because the usual way of some agencies of the UN communicate with the people are through the technical reports, which are really
understandable.
It's hard to understand. It's really hard to understand for the masses. So through the arts, it's really helpful for us and easier for us to communicate.
Not only that, Jules, through performing arts, we could raise awareness on how we can promote peace, most especially to the youth. Diba? Ito yung mga hindi masyadong nakakaintindi. So this is really important that we
include them.
That's right. Parang tayo mismo yung lumalapit sa kanila through performing
the
arts.
techies, maybe they can design
the content.
Peace games instead of war games.
That's right.
How to really
more peace
promote the
applications.
values and the motivation to really live in peace, in understanding.
Instead of guns, right?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, in Bonn, we will be presenting exhibits on sustainable development goals, the plight of refugees, and the NCCA and the Climate Change Commission with Manny de Guzman and us with the Earth Savers and ITI will be holding a playwriting contest on climate change.
All right, so before we end, Jules, last message that you would like to say, or anything that you think the public, in our own little way, on how can we help? Any tips or message that you would like to give?
Well, I think what she mentioned, like we should use affinity with other people. We are all a brotherhood or a sisterhood of people, and we are not different than other people, and we should really make peace in our own world and make peace in the world.
All right, thank you so much for your time. Once again, we have here in the studio the Director General of the International Theatre Institute, Tobias Bianconi, and from Earth Savers to UNESCO Artists for Peace, Ms. Cecil Guidote Alvarez. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
For the patronage
Thank you so
of
much.
this wonderful bridging. Hopefully in March, we focus on women, on water, on world theater.
We will cover that.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you.
We'll see you again.
Yeah.
See you.